Okay, welcome back to Dominion 6 with middle-age Ermor. Slowly killing off every last person in the world to turn into our undead army. It's been a bit of a struggle on this map, but I think, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. A little bit. We do have a lot of troops. Got 150 guys in this army. I've got 145 in this army, and we could throw in even more. Except I don't think I can mix. Okay. Let's, I gotta clear up a squad here. Well, no, I guess let's just do that. It's a lot of fucking units, man. But that's good. That's what we want. We want many, many units to help us out. Okay, so all told, that's 439. And we're moving here because we want to take Pangaea. Oh, no, we took Pangaea. Right, I'm claiming the throne there. Right, so we got Pangaea, which is 3 points. And then, theoretically, we just need to get a 2 and a 1. Now, I fucked up, apparently, when I was quickly making the game. Because there's only one point. So there's only 5 thrones in the game. So, this could very well be that 1 point. I think it is. Which means I need to either get a 3 or no. This oh yeah. So this is a 2. This is a 1. Right. Okay. I've done like 2 other games since I last recorded this, so I'm catching back up. So right. So we want to take this one, which is a little unfortunate because it means I have to take my Mound Kings. I have to get Mound Kings down there because they are inanimate. They're an inanimate fucking object, so they're the ones that can go underwater with all of my troops. Yes, so I have to gather up all my inanimates, and we kind of want to do this before. I don't think I wanted you to do that. I mean, maybe it can win. I don't know. The Kululus are not the easiest independents in the world. I mean, it would be nice to get, but I don't know if I can. Because you definitely... Oh, you can go under. So why can you go under, even though you're not inanimate? Oh, because you're spirit form. Oh, they're amphibian. Right. Yeah. Amphibian or inanimate will count. Okay, I mean, maybe with some mage support, spamming... Did I not get Horde of Skeletons? I doubt I got Horde of Skeletons. No, my research is really slow. And we went in on Evocation instead of going for Horde of Skeletons. Because I figured normally I have far and away enough skeletons. Okay, I mean, maybe with that all combined, it's... Oh, but I can't take ghouls. Fuck it. That's not happening. Alright, then just keep moving. He might attack here. Kind of somewhat doubt he will, but he could. Okay. So right, we need to gather up all non-ghouls. So like this guy's Rakander is a good fit, and we're gonna grab all these others that are not. Let me just grab all this shit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you two are gonna come here as well. I guess just sit there and reanimate. Okay, here I should have some. We got 166 units to mess around with. So that's 80 right there. Let me go ahead and do that. That's all non-ghouls. So Track and Mechnidin can go down here as well. And then I should have quite a bit here. Let's dump all ghouls off on him. Good. Dump Solus in there. Okay, just a big mishmash of fucking bullshit is what it is. It's just shit ass. Okay. You two. We're making a big push for the thrones now. Everything's focused on the thrones. To the point of I probably could just start pulling things off research. But, I don't know. Do I even have a benefit of having, like, 4 fucking... Well, the benefit of having a lot of skill is that it's cheap. You know, this guy can fire off bolts of unlife for a long time, which is pretty powerful. So I guess maybe I should take the powerful mages here. The 4s, for sure. Okay, we'll take the 2 4s, send them down. This is a hefty army. I don't know how much I want to actually fight Eru, rather than just hold ground. Oh, okay, so he can't... These are aquatic. Okay. So you're gonna stay here. You can just patrol. I'm gonna go take this finally, even though it's basically useless. Yeah. If I had more money, we'd build forts, but I don't. Yeah, you don't have enough, but I guess let's start getting you over there eventually. And then basically anyone not moving is just sitting and doing shit. Fingering their bums. That's you? Yeah. Okay, that's everybody. That is everybody. And we're going to get Evocation 5. Let me grab Thaumaturgy just in case. And then if on the long shot we ever make it that way, we'll do that. Alright, we claim the Throne of Splendor. Got a battle in Ukrima, which we creamed them. Blood slaves, unrest decreased worldwide. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, you can finish building the palisade there. That's perfectly fine. Keep moving on. All these guys. Let's just keep moving on. Troll, they're moving. Troll. So many just generals that I probably could just be... I could be using just as actual soldiers, really. I could give them gear. I do have a shit ton of death gems, so I mean, I could just be making Bane Blades, which are pretty nice. Shields would be a little trickier, so maybe we just make two-handed Bane Blades. Yeah. Can't make much. Even with Construction 3, I need... Yeah, what can you make? So... Ooh, Doom Glaives, jeez. Small Area Curse. Nah. But yeah, I could be making two-handed Bane Blades. ice. Well, I don't need that. Probably ice helmets just for protection purposes. Maybe just enchanted ringmail armor. Although, what is just their standard armor? 15 protection helm, 12 protection hauberk, and the rotten shield. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll really get to this point where this is even has purpose to us. And then maybe a rabbitfoot charm thrown in there. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. Wish I had. What can you make? I don't really have any nature gems, though, unfortunately. Mostly, it's death. So, alternatively, we could go all the way... Oh, yeah, we could go to Construction 5. So that would give us some stuff. If we go by death, the horror helmet is great. I wouldn't even really care that much about armor. Nightmare Aura 24. Mindless beings are immune. It's everybody but ghouls. Cannot be used by mindless. But anyways. Yeah, okay, so the horror helmet would be awesome. Also the Wraith Sword, but I don't think we have to really go Fear plus 10 on the Implementer Axe. I'd probably pick that. It also gives us the Skull Staff or the Skull Standard. You know, it's something to think about. Okay, alright, instead of that, let's do Construction 5 and then that. We're not going to get that unless something goes catastrophically wrong, and we probably won't even need to make any of this gear, but since you do get so many of these, like, just Mound King generals, you know, I just don't have enough troops for them to all really lead into battle, but they could serve as, you know, somewhat decent, I guess, elite troops, really. They're not thugs of any kind with this kind of gear, but armed with a big fucking Bane sword or something and a horror helmet. Probably still wouldn't want them, like, taking hits, but as flankers, just cutting into the side of an army, pretty decent. Especially the big Bane sword. I think they call those types of units can openers, that can just sort of eliminate any really big, hefty targets. High protection targets, stuff like that. Alright, so we took that pretty handily. Again, I'm not really worried about him coming over these mountains. I don't think that'll ever happen. Also, I love that we're just eliminating his pop here in man. Oh yeah, there's Scleria right there, which is the sort of, the offshoot of Ermor. So they didn't go too far away from Ermor. They're like, okay, well, we're not on board with this undead thing too much, but we're not going to travel too far. Alright, let's just have you get down there. Okay. Actually, I could have you build a temple here. Just for fun. Hey, we found 1,100 gold in a sunken ship. And we got Caractor, the Arch Censor. Ooh. Here you go. Sacred unit. Fear 10. Chill 6, Monster Summoner. So he comes with 1d6 lictors every battle. Here's a thug right now. 20 protection he's got. 23 on the body. 12 on the head. So we'd want to give him a helmet. But he does have the Implementer Axe. Armor piercing. 37 slashing magic damage. Armor piercing. Good God. Okay, this is our thug. So we just have to get him a nice helmet. And then maybe some miscellaneous. He can do 3 miscellaneous items. Hmm. Well, we could give him the champion skull and just give him free XP while he's walking around. Oh yeah, I should be having that equipped on somebody. You. There you go. 30 research. Yeah, probably just this dragon helmet. We could wait for the horror helm, but it's gonna be a while yet, isn't it? I get 129 per month. It's gonna be at least like 8 turns before I get a horror helmet on his head. So I think we just go with the fire one. So we're gonna do a little alchemy just to pick up a few of that. Dragon helmet, good. And then miscellaneous items. I could give him a ring of water breathing. Cat charm would give him +4 defense, which is pretty big. What exactly is luck? Let me just double check this. Lucky unit has 75% chance of escaping an otherwise deadly blow or spell. It's not bad. Not too bad. Ring of the Warrior. +2 morale, +5 attack, but I'd have to have 5 slaves, which I do have. Alright, fuck it. Ring of the Warrior. Okay, and then... probably... no, not that. Are lictors are water breathing, right? I think, well, is he not? He's not water breathing specifically. He's not inanimate or anything. So, yeah, let's make him the ring. And then... and we'll make him these boots. That reduces the penalty of fighting underwater. Okay. Yeah, just wait then. Your time will come, my friend. We could build a palisade here. Yes. Okay. I think we're good then. Uliathum has now become an uninhabitable wasteland. 170 people have left the province. Shame. We'll miss you. 390 people are still there. Alright. Sure. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that means he now has 23 body, 27 head, 0 encumbrance. 12 defense is not phenomenal. I will admit to that. Unless we wanted to give him a shield and a Bane Blade, but it's hard to resist this axe. It's so good. And Fear 10 is really good. So I'm gonna kind of depend on his lictors to be his shields somewhat. It's questionable. We're not gonna want to send him in anything too big, and we could send with him perhaps a fluffer. Like, what could Egrod do for him exactly? As far as little buffs are concerned. I don't have much. I haven't really researched buffs, like, at all. So... yeah. Fortunately not. I haven't gotten much in alteration. But I... could. Okay, I'm gonna send Egrod with him just for now. Yeah, see, that would be a bit too much. Maybe this Pelulu fight, though, he could possibly do. Let's send him down to Marignon. And just to help him out, I think... Fire, Air, Astral. He's got quite a bit, so... Probably... Alteration. For Gift of Cheated Faith. And... yeah, no. I don't think he can cast Mist Form. Nah, it's 2 air, unfortunately. And fire doesn't really get us much either. Damn, it's just not a great buffer. But I don't have much great buffers. That's why we didn't go down this school. Death does not really contain too many group buffs or anything. Yeah, a lot of self buffs. What I could do instead is actually empower him in death, and then that would give him... I can empower him in death and water. So death, personal buffs. Well, I mean, Skeletal Body... I think does actually help him. He gets piercing resistance. That's kind of nice. If we also go into water, we'd get Stygian Skin, Invulnerability 15. That would be amazing. That would be really good for him. And then water would also give him Quicken Self, which would be fucking awesome. So I think we want to get Alteration 4. And maybe, just for the moment, empower him in... death and water soon, next turn. So for now, just research. I don't think he really even needs to be pimped out. I feel like we're probably going to win this. The way we have everything set up here. But, you know, it's kind of fun. Wait a minute, what? Going through that way. I mean, this is a pretty shitty piece of armor. I feel like we could make something better, right? I could make this. Actually, that would free up the water breathing. So you could take a different item. Alright, let's make that. Let's make that. And that'll give him the rabbit foot charm. Okay. The rabbit foot charm. Yeah. Nothing else is really great unless I want to tank his protection for other benefits, but I don't, so it is what it is. Just research, please. Actually, I probably should be summoning more Dusk Elders. Okay. Powered himself in death. We found Enchanted Pyre. We easily won that battle. Bonfire Gems and Astral Pearls. Eukrema is now in an uninhabitable wasteland. Good. The Ring of Water Breathing we don't need because we're going with this. You can go with this. Good, good, good. Did that lower his protection? Oh, this is shitty. Well, I didn't even look at the protection. Okay, but we're banking on him going in with that invulnerability anyways, so... We just need to get Alteration up a bit more, which we will. Alteration 2. So, that'll give us Quicken Self at the very least. So we gotta empower him in water, which is 45 water. Or 50 water, I mean. Power in water. Now, ordinarily, probably not a good use of your resources to empower. Empowerment is pretty rarely recommended due to the extreme cost on a unit that might just die anyways, and then it's all for naught. But like I said, I don't think I really even need this guy anyways, so we're mostly just doing it for fun. Yeah, I think we're just doing a lot of research. Let's have you continue here. Okay, we're still gonna wait one turn. Ah, God, this is so easy. I feel like we can just do this. Just go in. We can win that. Leprosy. Oh, we got attacked in the faraway sea. Well, first of all, we won Asphodel pretty fucking handily, considering, you know, how cheap all these units are. The Knights, 36 Knights got 116 of the kills. Jesus. Impressive stuff. We got attacked here. The little Sea Dog army and the Shrimp soldiers beat them back like a drum. And at the Oak Halls, not amazing, but we won. Yeah, we won. Dominion -2, Dominion -3, population plus. Assassination attempt on Akihira, a bear underwater. Oh no, he's on the island, so it was an island bear. I don't know if we call that an assassination attempt other than just you lived on an island. Like, do we really think this bear had like intent? Like I hate. I'm. This is an assassination. Is a bear just trying to eat something for food? Oh well, Crab General killed him. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now Caractor can cast Skeletal Body, Quicken Self, and that's kind of about it. Kind of bad. I mean, resist fire, I guess. He already is fire resistant, though. That might stack, but yeah. So that's fine, but we got to get all the way to Alteration 4 to get Stygian Skin. as well as liquid body. That does lower your strength by 4, lower your combat speed, but combined with quickness, it's overall worth it and makes him very hard to kill from anything that's mundane. Along with Stygian skin. So I think he's fine empowered where he is, and I'm just gonna grab him and grab Igorod. I don't even know if I need Igorod anymore. And we're gonna trounce on down here to maybe take care of that. Jade Maidens and Amazons. Jade Maidens are pretty tough. They're like fucking sacred dinosaur cavalry. So I'd be a little iffy on that one, but I think we can do... Although these are Shark Knights, so I don't know. We'll find out. If they die, I don't really care. What do we got all here? 258. Well, you're gonna be claiming the Throne of Ascension, and I guess we'll just... I don't know, just have someone build a palisade, build a temple right away, you search for magic sites, and then the rest are just patrolling. Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, we've got all our Mountain Knights. So, so if I do this, and I click this, and I do this, who's all going? It's a total of 235. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I feel confident. And then the game will just be over in like 2 turns now. So... Oh wait, he can't go... How am I going to claim this? How the fuck am I going to claim this? Can you go underwater? With a ring of water breathing. Actually... There's a Ruth with a ring of water breathing. Okay. Then let's wait. Let's wait. Let's have you, Fuck. Stop it. Stop it. You build a lab here. You search for magic sites. You just reanimate lictors, and you guys all patrol. Because we do have that ring of water breathing, right? Yep, okay, perfect. Everything we need. Just patrol, 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 patrol. Paw patrol, done. Claimed the White Throne. Found a magic site, found a magic site. Blah, 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 battle in the unknown. Okay, yep. They did get some kills on us, for sure, but we beat back those cool Shark Knights. I mean, that's just fantastic. That is fantastic. Gold, Dominion, gold, turmoil and unrest, filthy brigands, blah, blah, blah. If I was a brigand, I would not be anywhere near this region of the world. I gotta be... Kittis, that looks to be a level 2 throne. Not that we need it, but yeah, it's an option. Okay. And now you can equip your Ring of Water Breathing. We have a shit ton more of Soulless that I could throw into various armies here. Ghouls are not useful to us. Okay. So, all of you, 429 troops. I can't imagine we lose. I'm going to be real honest with you. And this has to be a 2, because there's no other 1s. So this will be game once we get it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see this guy actually fight something, so I don't know. Maybe I'll hold off on claiming it just for, like, a turn or two. But for now, end turn. Alright. Should we watch this madness, since this is sort of the final big battle, I would imagine? Look at this just mess. Just pure mess. Power of the Sepulchre. Like, how... And they never rout. Like, how are you going to break through this? All the Soulless catching lances. Good. It's just... It is a lot of Soulless, yes. But unless they have invulnerability or something... Doesn't really help. They do have... These guys have poison barbs. But we all have poison resistance. Because we're undead. So, good luck with that. Yeah. Good luck with that, my friends. The undead horde doesn't stop. See ya. I mean, chewed through a good amount of Soulless, I think. But those are literally a dime a dozen. Yeah. Oh, we lost 54 long deads and 100 Soulless. There were losses. They are inconsequential. Triton Knights did the best they could. And there were 4 mages sitting in the back, but... Yeah, doesn't matter. Attrition, baby. Unrest. An assassination attempt on Carnage. Good luck. Fucking bears all over the place, just rising up against the undead. Alright. The Throne of Time. That was a 3-pointer. Wow, that was a fucking 3-pointer. These troops... This army, this nation is kind of ridiculous, man. Increase magic by a maximum of 3. Minion gets magic plus 1. Recruitment points plus 100%. Commander recruitment points plus 100%. Aging rate plus 100%. Sacred troops get unaging. Wow, that's pretty good. This one just produces a nature gem per turn and heals units at a chance in this province. Okay. And Mictlan was sort of here, so eventually maybe a concern, but not for us. Alright, so now we're just waiting to get Alteration 4, and I just want to have our guy do a little bit of fun. If he could die in the first battle, you know, it's possible. Alright, just go. Yeah. Events. Okay. So now he will be doing... Okay, he just has a bunch of lictors on him. Oh, he just has a chance to just summon lictors. Doesn't really even need them. But, anyways, yeah. Skeletal body, quicken self, and then Stygian skin and liquid body, and then attack closest. And we'll put them all the way at the back. Honestly, I don't even know if he needs the lictors, but he does auto-produce them, which is kind of a nice thing of his, it's kind of a nice feature he has. So we'll do hold and attack closest. And... Oh, the lictors cannot go underwater. Okay, well then, we just see him by himself. Lictors can't go underwater? Yeah, they're not inanimate. They're like ghouls. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's why I didn't have any there. Alright, well, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I don't care about anything else. Alright, let's just watch. Yeah. So he does take fatigue for this, of course, and he is fairly encumbered. He's already up to 78 fatigue. And now he's up to 100 fatigue, so he actually goes unconscious. And he died. Okay, I over-fatigued him. I thought he just couldn't get fatigue, but I suppose that is way too powerful. Alright. You know, I'm learning stuff. Another bear rose up, but whatever. Okay, and then just claim throne. So there you go, all that empowerment, all the gear, just blah blah blah. But yeah, that is a thing that can definitely happen with your thugs that rely on self buffs at the start of combat. Very easy to over fatigue them if you have them decked out with gear. He would have been better off without the armor and just with the ring of water breathing. But hindsight is 2020, and these are things I hopefully file away in my brain. Anyways, that is a victory, as Phlegra declares war on me. Doesn't matter, I win. Even though I forgot to add in an extra throne, doesn't matter at all. So we had a rocky start, partly with me just sort of fumbling and figuring out how the faction worked. But once the gears start turning and the wheels rolling, it's sort of hard to stop. It's sort of hard to stop Ermor in the Middle Ages, but I think if you can stop them temporarily, it gets a lot harder. Because yes, I was just cranking out troops, you know, just ridiculous amount of troops. But that's all based on the Dominion and the population and everything that I was killing off. So those times where it said it's been transformed, it's killed, you know, they all left, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting anything else out of that. There's no more blood out of that stone. So if you take too long and you're kind of getting resistance and getting pushed back and blah, 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 and you're just stewing in your own death, eventually you will run out of troops and then you're pretty much done. You're out of the game. There's not a lot. You don't have any money. You don't have any troops. You're just fucked. So I think M.A. Ermor is considered one of the harder factions to play as in multiplayer, because you're often just a target of bullying so that you don't... Because for one, I mean, you kill off everybody else's population, which nobody likes, and if left unchecked, you can be really a problem. Yeah. I mean, but this was good to do. I mean, look at Mictlan was completely unchecked here. Look at that. Well, I guess they went up against Ashdod and must have done pretty well for themselves. Yeah, I think this map, well, I don't know. It doesn't feel that big of a map when you look at the whole thing of it. But I guess it sort of is. I don't know. This was how many nations? 1, 2. Man, Eru really just got crammed. Really just got crammed in there. Couldn't get through Jotunheim. Couldn't get through my shit. Just nothing. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nations. Is that what I did? That can't be right. Oh no, 6. Whoa, Phlegra. That's right, Phlegra is here. They lost their capital to Ashdod. And then we're basically... They were even more sandwiched in than the other one. So, yeah, 6. It almost is like too big or too small for 6. Or maybe it was just the fact that we had this... I don't know. I did... Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I had the... lore accurate starting locations. That means it's not really balanced. Phlegra got fucked way more than Mictlan, for example. Eru got fucked way more than I did. And I felt kind of screwed, but to be honest, I got pretty lucky with throne placements and having no real opposition here. Would have been a lot worse had Mictlan spread straight west rather than north. If they had taken, like, this throne, for example. But, you know, it all worked out. Yeah, very different, very, very different experience compared to EA Ermor. Like, a completely different faction in practically every way. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. I could see if I was playing just with a few buddies. Like, if I was just playing with a few buddies, it would be kind of fun. Like, you know, especially with them being newer to the game. It would be fun just like 3 versus 1 or something with me as M.A. Ermor, and they have to stop me. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know if it would be doable. Because I'm not that good either. But that would be kind of fun. I would, yeah, but either I could see playing Ermor in general with some friends where I don't care about pissing them off and putting a target on my back. But it's probably going to be a while before I'd play them again in single player, but that goes for like every faction I've looked at, just because there's so many other ones to play as. But I will say they are probably the most unique one I've tried. So, pretty cool. That really just like, if you want to lead the undead horde, this is the faction for you. Good stuff. Okay. So then that leaves the question. This is a short video, damn. Leaves the question of if I want to do next time Scalaria, which is the splinter faction from EA Ermor that decided not to go all up into the undead and open a pit to the underworld or whatever. But they do have some undead. These guys are not, no, yes. Oh, yes. Well, no, I guess these aren't undead. They form a sacred elite force charged with the task of keeping the dead in line with axes blessed by the thaumaturge to halt the dead. They get lictor axes. Paralyze on undead beings only. Interesting. And then they get shadow vestals. Sacred ethereal units. Sacred ethereal stealthy units with shadow spears. Wow. 16 defense, 0 protection, but they are ethereal, which is already a big boon. If you get a good bless with like invulnerability or something, yeah, that would be a force to be reckoned with. The question I have, I guess, is this going to be drastically different than just playing EA Ermor, though? Because they do get the Retiariuses. They do get Legionnaires with, you know, Loricas, Tower Shields, Javelins. You get Principes with the short swords. Triariuses with the long spears. You get Praetorian Guards, which are pretty badass. But these are mostly just you put on Guard Commander with mages. So they carry a lot over from EA Ermor. But they have more of an emphasis on death than EA Ermor's fire emphasis. So these guys you can form big death communions with, which would allow you to theoretically just shit out massive amounts of skeletons. Let me just see real quick what this guide says about Scalaria. Okay, yeah, so the priests, they can actually reanimate. So they can get the various, like, long dead that we already had. you know, like they can get the undead Triari and things like that. So they are kind of a combination, basically, of EA Ermor and MA Ermor combined into one. So you get the undead, you get the undead hordes and all that sort of stuff. You get a lot of death magic, but then you also can just have your Roman soldiers again. They're quick to levy, will only fight until they've been wounded or hit someone in battle before leaving. They'll only fight until they've hit someone in battle before leaving? Does it say that in the original? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would be bad. And I'd be perfectly fine playing as doing a game as Scaleria. And then there's also Lemuria, which is sort of what becomes of Scaleria. After the second fall of Ermor. So it's still just like all undead, no recruits of any kind. But it's all based on spirits now instead of skeletons. So they've gone even further. Now they're into the spirit realm. But I feel like this would play probably relatively similar to MA Ermor. So I could do that, but honestly, there's just so many other factions that are even more different. You know, we still have to get to Earlier and their Illithids and Star Spawns and all that. I don't know if we've even done... Have we done any sort of giant nation yet? I don't think we have. I mean, I've done a game as some giants, but we haven't done that. And we haven't done a nation with a bunch of flyers. We haven't done anything with blood yet. And I wonder what the best one... I wonder what the best nation is to start with blood. Abyssia. Abyssia is hard to mess up on. Early game, they're mostly unstoppable, so you can make a lot of headway with your troops, not needing a lot of research while you mess around with blood. Bonus if you start in the caves where it's harder for people to bother you. MA Abyssia is probably even better for casual blood experience. Abyssia is a good learn to blood nation. Right. But then other people say EA Mictlan is the best option because it forces you to use blood. You can't really get along without using blood. I don't think that's what I want. So, we could do EA Abyssia and then maybe do MA Abyssia and just to continue our sort of evolution trend. So obviously these are all demons. Or, you know, whatever, Abyssians, or whatever you want to call them. They're not actually demon units with the demon tag. They're part undead demon. Yeah. Yeah, so they're all humanoids with magma bodies. So they're not actually demons. They're like magma people, but they worship fire and blood and stuff. And can perform blood sacrifices. They're kind of demons, but not actually. I think this would be fun to dip my toes into blood and try that out a bit. I think I'm going to watch a tutorial video first, so I can explain it to you then and have a better understanding without us just fumbling around with blood. I get the basics of it. The reason blood is tricky is it's all under one school of magic. It's all under blood magic. and you have to collect blood slaves from the population. So you have to have units go around and do blood hunting to pick up blood slaves, and then you actually have to take those into battle. Like, pretty much all blood magic uses these slaves in battle, and so you have to take them with you into battle, and they're actually, like, on the map with you, and then you sacrifice them mid-battle to cast blood spells. It's really fucking metal and cool, like, don't get me wrong, but it's always recommended that new players avoid it because it's just a bit more complicated than regular magic, which is why I've avoided it, but I want to learn all that Dominion 6 has to offer. So I think next time we'll do EA Abyssia and get some blood flowing. But alright, good stuff, man. Fucking Dominions. My name is Mangg. This has been Dominion 6 with M.A. Ermor. Yet another victory. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.